who is really interested in work-based learning quality? There's much discussion about quality and work-based learning these days. Federal and state career and technical education accountability requirements focus on work-based learning, and also the ACTE, CTE quality indicators for improvement define quality programs in workplace learning as one of those key elements. Those involved in CTE, whether a teacher, coordinator, administrator, are being asked questions about the quality of work-based learning. When you are asked about the quality, do you have an opinion or do you have evidence? Educators are always confident about our views, but the time has arrived to have better data sources in work-based learning and answer questions about quality with evidence. To date, there's been a lot of focus on what state accountability primarily requires in measurable data related to work-based learning, often requiring hours completed and professional skills enhanced. Measuring quality is much more complicated than that. If quality judgments are to be valid, those quality measures must inform several different interested parties, most of those at the school level, regarding work-based learning. These include students, teachers, administrators, school leaders, as well as state leaders. When documents such as the ACTE quality indicators advocate for best practices such as having a training plan or providing adequate supervision for on-the-job placement, it assumes that you have data on overall success of the work-based learning program with which to judge the impact of those practices. Without measures of success in quantifiable terms, educators often use subjective judgments as to whether those practices, such as a training plan or supervision, are making a difference. To begin to think about these deeper questions on quality and related data measures, it's essential to analyze the quality questions coming from various groups. While education professionals may have a lot about improving the quality of educational experiences, the place to begin to think about quality is from a student perspective and an employer perspective. Despite all of the plans and preparation in creating work-based learning experiences, success and high quality comes down to a willing employer and an eager and interested student. Let's take students first. Students have three basic questions about the quality of work-based learning, which directly relate to their personal needs. First, how will work-based learning experiences help me further my career goals and contribute to my future education plans? Students understand the connection between a good education and career options, choices, and ultimately success. Students need to know how work-based learning has benefited other students and how those same quality experiences will benefit them when they engage in work-based learning. When inviting students to work-based learning placement, coordinators need to establish how the experience will clearly help to meet students' needs. Finally, students also have questions about time requirements and potential conflicts with other commitments. Employers have altruistic goals often in wanting to provide a benefit to the community and support students in their education goals, but they have other goals as well, maintaining the success of their business or organization and maintaining or improving the culture and profitability. They want to partner in a high-quality work-based learning program that will clearly benefit their organization by cooperating and placing a student in an experience. This should be a mutual partnership. Employers ask about the obligations and expectations as a sponsoring organization. And finally, the background and preparation of the students. Students don't come to work-based learning experiences as a blank slate. They come with diverse interests, motivations, and in many cases, talents. The more an employer understands about a student's prior experience, the more they can contribute to a beneficial relationship. Does your data system include information on students and goals and talents and make that available to employers? Turning to the adults responsible for work-based learning programs, there are several quality issues common to every professional in supporting work-based learning programs. What is the program's scope? How many students are being involved and served? Are the students getting equitable access to the work-based learning experiences, especially within special populations? Is work-based learning producing learning results that benefit the students? Have students improved their technical skills, fluency in academics, and demonstrated positive work habits? Is work-based learning in career fields that prepare students for future opportunities and benefit the economy? Or are the work-based learning experiences just offered out of convenience, or do they really reflect high-wage, high-demand job opportunities? How well are work-based learning experiences and CTE courses aligned with the students' career goals? Is this more than just a release time, but clearly a placement that directly relates to a good career plan and student goals? These are the questions that are common to state leaders responsible for work-based learning and often show up in data systems. But school leaders who support the funding and staffing, and finally teachers and coordinators who make the experience happen, all need to be involved in those questions. In addition to these core questions about quality, school leaders have additional questions. First, are the teachers and coordinators adequately planning and supervising the experiences? Are staff used appropriately and efficiently in providing adequate planning and supervision? Is work-based learning worth the investment of educational resources? Administrators make constant decisions about budgeting and allocation of resources. There are many ways of providing student learning, and school leaders need to ensure that these are the most efficient use of limited educational resources to benefit students and the community. And finally, what supports do teachers and staff need to provide high quality work-based learning? Are there adequate supports and handling of data, professional development, technical support to ensure high quality work-based learning experiences? There are additional questions for teachers and coordinators as the direct supervisors of programs. They are responsible for advocating for the continued growth and support of work-based learning. They ask questions about what evidence demonstrates to school leaders about the benefits and values of work-based learning, constantly looking for ways to advocate for their programs. On the issue of student growth, how can their growth and achievement be documented as a result of the work-based learning experiences, and to do that efficiently? After looking at the relative success of programs, they begin to ask questions about what changes will improve the results in work-based learning experiences. And finally, to what degree do current employers provide high-quality learning experiences for the students? Coordinators need to be continually looking for additional employers and opportunities for work-based learning. They need to evaluate the quality of the current placements and decide if those should continue or be terminated. Data is not just an element for state data collection and accountability, but a critical source of evidence to answer challenging questions on the quality at the school level. Quality-based work-based learning is not merely a measure of students who participated and how many hours were completed. They're needed for detailed information about the quality of work-based education, as it's essential for students, employers, teachers, coordinators, school leaders, and state leaders. To answer all of the tough questions with detailed evidence, to continue to develop this critical program of work-based learning in career and technical education.